Hi, Days fans. It's Tuesday, September 7th, and we just got done watching Days.
Minutes ago.
During the day.
It's 2:06 and Days was over at 2, so this is fresh stuff.
Yes, this is good. Now, I'm loving how they're going to try to have a red herring here with the whole Kiriakis-Demira feud. It looks like Sammy might skate because they're going to try to pin EJ's murder on that.
But won't the ballistics tell him something? They made a big deal of
They'll just tell him that gun was the one EJ had in his hand. That's a Demira gun. So they'll just make it look like the Kiriakises were smart enough to use one of their own weapons.
Okay. All right.
So there's a lot of good stuff today. We got to actually witness the shaving of James Scott's head.
Oh, yeah.
JB was feeling like the medical scenes were pretty awful today.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is shave somebody in the operating room. They go to great lengths to remove all hair from that room.
And like you said, that you have to, in every single, near-death scene like that, what is the prerequisite?
You got a flat line or just, it ain't a soap.
Melanie did, right? Doesn't everybody?
Oh, God, the worst was Belle when she drowned and Phil gave her the kiss of life. That was awful.
He must do some pretty fancy kissing.
I need a crash cart. Stat, 240. Clear.
Isn't Sleeping Beauty's prince named Philip? Maybe that's where they were going with all that. Yes, I do have small kids, and I do watch a lot of Disney. Paloma thought that Sammy was Cinderella.
Oh.
I told Alison Sweeney that on Twitter, but no response as of yet.
She's busy. She's a busy person.
I'm loving how Kate is fostering this whole Demira Kiriakis feud and trying to throw the Victor under the bus. Like, oh, honey, I think I know who did it.
And she's getting lots of airtime with her new top 10 flashback.
Oh!
Sammy, I just wanted to tell you that EJ is a wreck and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's going to overtake the Chloe Phillips sex scene flashback that was so nauseating after the 100th time seeing it.
So we've seen it, I believe, 3 times now, this Sammy call from Kate.
What, just today? Or?
No, twice today and I think once yesterday.
Oh.
And, or not yesterday, Friday or so. And I fully expect JB to be correct on this, that it's going to be the flashback of the month. You are going to see this no fewer than 17,000 times. But we haven't seen that Chloe Phillips sex scene in a while.
Not now. They don't need it. They have the paternity tests are in.
Oh, Nathan, damn.
Oh, he really stuck it to Chloe.
That was some good acting. I like that Mark Hopko when those scenes. He's like, whoa, maybe you're just a little hormonal.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to mess with me, Chloe? Come on.
Like,
come
dude,
on.
You're a doctor. Don't you know better than to mess with pregnant women? I can kill you.
I can topple this set of dominoes faster than you can say Phillips the father.
I loved how she told him she was going to throw him in the friggin' river. But you were such an eavesdropping little punk. But,
I wanted to go to those sex addiction classes.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. When Nathan suggested that, I was so hoping
it's like right around the tail of the Tiger Woods story.
How awesome would that have been? But, okay, so Ian's at the apartment now.
Stephanie's brother look-alike.
Yeah, but he is so freakishly looking like her.
Yeah.
If that doesn't come out, then the writers are just wasting an opportunity.
I thought she was going to have to resort to taking her top off to get him to do it, but he finally gave in.
Yeah, but that's not a bad idea, ladies. If you really need to get your
What?
Just kidding. I never do that, honey. Never. Moving on. I don't understand. There's 2 things I don't understand. Daniel clearly doesn't like Philip in his apartment. And Nathan clearly doesn't like Ian in his. So, ladies, is there nowhere else you can meet? God.
Is your apartment the only place where you have Wi-Fi?
It must be.
Can't you go someplace else? And gosh. In fact, you wouldn't want to do it in your apartment because anything that Ian does can be traced to where the laptop is. Little IT geek speak there.
Yeah. Just so
his IP address, her IP address, will lead them right to...
Let me break it down in layman's terms. If you're trying to look up your ex-boyfriend on Facebook, use the library computer so your husband doesn't
Or do what I did, create a fake account. There's a little tip there.
Funny.
You weren't supposed to do that. I don't have any Facebook accounts that you know of.
Your ex-girlfriends are all married and buried, I'm sure.
I have no idea. Don't know, don't care.
I did look up my ex-boyfriends just to make sure that none of their current wives were skinnier than me.
Yeah, that's what Facebook's good for.
Yeah. So, what else do I have on my notes here? Oh, like I said to you earlier, the problem with killing someone is you almost have to be the one to find the body, because when you're waiting for your Uncle Bo to come and tell you, you gotta really work on your reaction. And I didn't really think Sammy's reaction was all that.
Yeah, when Bo came in and said, I got some news, and Sammy should have been peeing her pants. No, she knew what was coming. She just, no, if this was any person who wasn't a sociopath, they'd be freaking shaking.
I know, but she has committed a lot of crimes in her life. So first, on one hand, that kind of makes this not seem like that big of a deal. But on the other hand, she's had plenty of practice. She should have been able to fake it.
Yeah, nobody saw her. When EJ wakes up, he won't know it was her.
So you know how at the beginning of the episode is just 5 minutes of Friday's episode, catching us up from the 3-day weekend?
Yeah. The proposal, yeah.
I know you all liked, I mean, we have a divided camp. We're going to have Days is coming back on. We didn't turn the TV off.
Oh, I'll close the door.
We miss you, Days. We're going to have a little poll later about the EJ versus the Rafe proposal, because you either loved it or you didn't.
EJ's was a little corny, maybe more heartfelt. Rafe's was more genuine. It just seemed more real to me. So I'm changing my mind. I'm leaning towards the Rafe.
I love genuine on like a random Wednesday night, but for proposal, I say corny all the way.
For who?
For if you're gonna propose to
me.
Just in case any of you are interested in proposing to me.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I don't see that as happening, but that's right, I'm married already. Sorry, honey. No, anywho. I did think it was bad form for Rafe to bring up EJ and how he knew all along that EJ was the one that kidnapped Sammy in the middle of the proposal. She hadn't even said yes yet.
Well, she was stalling.
So if I hadn't said yes right away, you would start telling me why my other boyfriend's
but,
a-hole?
I mean, if you consider the circumstances, she was getting married that day. Was it that day?
That day, yeah.
Yeah, so that in itself is kind of weird, which can lead to other weirdness.
I think this lipstick is too bright for daytime.
Oh, we haven't talked about Victor and Vivian and Maggie.
Yeah,
my least favorite storyline, the sarcophagus.
Oh, I know.
Oh, God. So now she's not going to Tahiti. Maggie is, and I don't know. That's just, please let it end. Let Stefano and Victor start fighting. Don't involve these other characters unless you're going to make a real storyline. Brady would have kicked Vivian's ass if he was going to touch his mother.
Ron, I think, said that he hopes Brady falls into that sarcophagus in a drunken stupor. There'd be some good stuff. But no, it's pretty much the assumed thought that
Vivian's going to go in there?
Yeah. And I thought, and I read other people thinking that maybe that bodyguard George was not legit. But now they got to replace him.
They got a new bodyguard.
Yeah, so we're not even going to bother talking about that. Yeah. All right. I think Stephanie was being a little too harsh, going on and on about how Philip was such a crap dad that he gave pocket away to strangers. That's what adoption is most of the time, Stephanie. It's giving people away to strangers.
Yeah, but he has all the resources in the world. Victor would not allow this. It's totally, they made a mistake, but he's coming back, so.
Well, you know what? If nobody gave the babies that they weren't ready to raise up for adoption, then people who did want babies wouldn't have any babies.
He's ready. When are you ready? Philip is as ready as he has $1 billion at his disposal.
He didn't want to raise that baby with Mimi, and whatever.
He doesn't have to. He can raise on his own with Victor and the staff.
That's not my point.
Henderson.
Henderson will be a good man.
He could have bought a school for that pocket.
What I'm saying is that she was going on about how horrible he was as a father, but what about to Claire? He was a good dad to Claire until he, went to the run.
Yeah, chased her all the way to Tyndall.
With her poor little liver transplant.
And she had to, jump ship and fend for her life.
They cut her so that they could put her blood on the, Did they cut her?
I don't remember that.
Or did she cut herself on accident? They did something so they could put Claire's blood on the raft. But was it accidental or did they?
I don't remember that, but I do remember the raft.
But then it got infected. I can't say I would intentionally cut my child and make them bleed just to throw you off the scent.
That's what you just get a little kin poo. Remember Gabby?
Yeah, she was good.
I wonder where that was going to go with.
The
She
first
pulled-
Gabby.
Yeah, not this Gabby
I'm
Hernandez.
just telling people.
Oh, sorry.
Filling in.
Yeah. The one from the Tindalawan. What? That's what she is. With a perfect American accent.
Oh,
But her dad was ex-Marines
Yeah.
or something, like Philip.
Alright, let's talk about the previews and wrap it up. I got babies to go get from
All
school.
right.
Bo is totally on to Kate. Now, for any of you who don't know all the dynamics, Kate was once married to Bo's daddy, and Bo was once married to Kate's daughter. So they know each other. They can tell when they're lying. And Stephanie, God, can you blow it anymore? She walks into the cheating her. You didn't tell him, did you? And now they're gonna have to make up some crap about it. Can Philip leave it alone? Throwing a party for Chloe at this point.
Oh, God. Oh, please break those two up. It's nauseating.
Oh, I
There's
know.
no chemistry. There's no love. There's no nothing. They're
No.
they're not even
They're
as chummy.
wasting our Molly Burnett.
Totally. I fear for her
Nobody
career.
puts Molly in the corner.
I fear for her career being with this storyline.
No, we don't fear.
I don't have any problem with Philip as an actor. They just have this lame love affair that.
The couple that's happy on Days does not do well.
But they're not even happy.
Even
They're
Crystal
nothing.
Chappelle said that.
They're nothing.
Alright, we gotta go. We got babies to get.
All right.
Okay, the couple that watches Days together.
Stays together.